Now let's truly dig into this idea of the one that got away. I want to talk about what Shaq said, the perfect woman. First question I have for anyone, is there a such thing as the one? No. And Shaq made it clear that it's not. If there was a such thing as the one that got away, how come he has the two? Shaq got two women that he think got away. So there's no such thing as the one. So that hopefully can bring some relief to someone that if you think this was the one and there's no other possible ones, get that out of your head. Let me also tell you from my personal experience. I'm a divorcee. Obviously, I thought the last one was the one, and I was wrong. So how can I go from somebody who I thought was the one to now somebody who's amazing and is blowing my mind every day? We constantly growing in life, and everything I ever desired, that's exactly what I'm achieving now. If she's not the one, the truth of the matter is you can have several ones. You have to be the one. You have to be the one that's completely focused on making this marriage the best it can be. And that starts first off with your selection process. Picking someone that fits what's best for you. Not going based off social norms, what society may say makes a good wife, society may say makes a good husband. You need to look in the mirror and see what best fits you. And then from there, put the work in. Put the work in to make this marriage the best it can be. Whether that be through counseling, whether that be reading books, doing personal development, work on your mental capacity, your emotional intelligence. Work on things that present your best self to the marriage so you can become the one. So my second question is, how true is it that they actually got away? Because honestly, we think about it. If this is somebody you never dated, how confident are you that things would have worked out the way you envisioned it? How confident are you that things would have played out exactly how you said it would go or how you thought it would go? You see them in their budding new marriage and their white picket fence. How do you know they would have got to that level with you? How do you know you wouldn't have been the person that drugged them down? How do you know that high school romance would have fulfilled itself as adults? You don't know. So why even go down that path? But if it is someone who is an ex, they're an ex for a reason, right? When we start to think about the one that got away, we tend to remember all the fun memories and we tend to glorify all these moments, not remembering why things came to an end, especially if it's something that we did to cause the separation. We want to mend those fences. We want to right our wrongs. We are now completely aware of our mistakes and want to make up for it. But it makes complete sense. Anyone in that situation would feel exactly what you feel. But how profitable is it for us to continue to think about those things? The truth is, focusing on the one that got away is completely distracting. Essentially, this is us just holding on to the past. And it's not past successes, it's past failures. I just got to ask you, how productive is that? How is this helping us in our current situation, whether that be your current marriage, your current relationship, or you and your current dating? How is this helping you at all? There's not one person that can compete with the fantasy of an unfulfilled romance. My suggestion is for you to completely move on from them and move on from the thoughts of them so you can completely thrive in the now. And this is not something I'm just telling you. This is something I had to put into practice myself. There was at one point I had an ex that I kept in contact with here and there. And I will admit she was probably the person at one point I would consider the one that got away. And honestly, she was married. I was actually dating Vera. And I knew nothing would come about us. Like there was no romanticism, no actual relationship. It was just contacting each other here and there. But I realized quickly that she was keeping me on as somebody who also was maybe the person who got away for her. And one day it just clicked for me, honestly. Like, man, how can I completely focus on what I have now if I'm holding on to something from the past? If I'm even in contact with things from the past? There's no way I can give 100% to this current dating situation if I'm holding on to something from the past. So I made a decision, guys, to cut her off, and not just cut her off forever. I completely cut her off from all access to me. And I'm telling you, this is one of the best decisions I ever made. It completely took me away from anything I was holding from the past and allowed me to fully focus on the present and the future. And if you are in that situation or in a similar situation and you continue to look in the past, continue to think about the one that got away, and you're ready to fully focus on the now and ready to fully focus on what the future holds for you, I have 3 things that you can do today in order to accomplish that. Number 1, make a pros and cons list of everything that made the relationship work and everything that made the relationship not work. Sometimes it's great to see these things on paper. And it may can help you remember those things that may not be as clear now. Remember, they are an ex for a reason. Number 2, unfollow them on all social medias. Yes, because As strong as you may be while watching this video, as strong as you may be after you read the word and get your Holy Spirit in you and all that stuff, we all have our weak moments. We all have moments where we say, hey, let me just check in there. And some of you may be like me. I need even extra protection. I need to go ahead and block these people so they won't contact me as well. So by doing this, you protect yourself from those images, because images can be misleading. You may see them being so happy and you start having those regrets all over again. So delete or block. And the third thing to do to move on from the one that got away, stay in the present. Don't allow your mind to go down the path of the past. It's the past for a reason. It's gone. Never coming back. There's nothing you can do about it. We have no time machine. There's so much greatness ahead of you. There's so much greatness right now. Everything great is not behind you. Living in regret is not healthy for anyone. It doesn't allow you to see the best in yourself and the best in your future. Live in the now. Repeat after me. Live in the now. Doesn't that feel good to say? But don't just say it. Do it today. We'll see you next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for the next episode of Rejection is a Bitch podcast. Let's grow.